I'm Sherry Kay, award-winning pianist, composer, and National Cooking Contest finalist. I'm also known as the Jazzy Gourmet because when I'm at home, I like to jazz up my meals, and now you can too.
Today we're going to be talking about maintaining the sharpness of your knife. Now, first of all, there's a common misconception that when you use a knife on a steel, such as this, that you're actually sharpening the knife. When in reality, the only way that you can sharpen a knife is by using a sharpening stone. To use the steel, you're only maintaining the sharpness. How are you doing that? Well, every time you use your knife, there are these tiny little microscopic teeth that get bent as you're using it. So you need to straighten out those little teeth by using the steel. So it's really important to use the steel anytime you want to use your knife. That helps to keep the life of your knife because every time you sharpen it, you're losing some of those teeth. Okay, so here's how we use the steel. First of all, we hold it in the non-dominant hand, which for me is my right hand. And we hold it at an angle about like this, out in front of us. Then we take the knife and we want to make sure that we have a really strong grip with it. So for me, I hold both sides of the blade. The grip of the steel is important too, actually very important, because you'll notice that there's this guard down here. You want to make sure that your fingers are underneath that guard. If you have your fingers up on the blade part of it, you could get cut very easily. So move your fingers back underneath the guard, grip the knife on both sides like this, really strong, and then you want to take the knife at a 20-degree angle. So, everybody says, what's 20 degrees? Well, okay, it's kind of approximate, but if you figure it this way, that this is 90 degrees, this is then half of that would be 45 degrees, another half of that is about 20 degrees or so. It's important because as you're moving the blade along the steel, if you get too close, then you're going to scratch the side of your knife. If you're hitting it at too sharp of an angle, then you'll damage some of those microscopic teeth that we were talking about. So, how do we do this? All right, we're gripping our steel, we're gripping our knife, we've got our 20 degrees figured out. The next thing we do is we start at the base of the knife and the tip of the steel. You place the blade on this side of the steel and bring it downward. So your arm action is out like this. So down. Then to do the other side, just go on the other side of the steel. Back and forth. And contrary to what a lot of people say, that you have to do this a billion times, you don't. You only have to do it a few times before you cook. But again, it's a really important step to make because you want to maintain the sharpness of your knife.